The conversation continues today. Antonio Guillen, a reporter for KWEX Channel 41, and JJ Velasquez from the Rivard Report. JJ, we were talking on the TV side about the new musical about the life of Phil Hardberger. Talk a little bit about what's in the musical and what people here in San Antonio who remember Mayor Hardberger will recognize in the musical.
Yeah, so it's really sort of a semi-biographical account. There's a lot of embellishment and fictionalization. I think at one point he saves the U.S. as an Air Force pilot. But yeah, so I mean, it just goes on to talk about some of the things that he's done in his life, such as recreate Charles Lindbergh's 1927 flight from New York to Paris. He did that from San Antonio on subsisting on, I think, 3 weeks worth of peanut butter sandwiches that his daughter Amy, who was in 3rd grade at the time, made for him. Yeah, but yeah, it's it goes on from his early childhood to up to his time as mayor.
Is it still playing?
I think it's just a one-time show. So they put it on as a fundraiser. The first time in 2017, it was a fundraiser for the Family Justice Center. This time around, it was a fundraiser for Phil Hardberger's Conservancy. As you know, he's been working on funding, or the Conservancy has been constructing the land bridge connecting the two sides of Phil Hardberger Park.
Is Mayor Hardberger in it?
He makes a guest appearance according to the script. I don't think he's doing any song and dance numbers, though.
That'd be worth seeing. Antonio Guillen, you know the border probably better than any other reporter in this area. You're covering, obviously, this immigration issue. How does this end? I mean, there has to be an end game here someplace. We have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of desperate people packed into northern Mexico. We have questions about asylum. How do we get out of this? I mean, Mexico can't survive this way with all these people being homeless in its border communities.
I don't think there is an end in sight to this, Jim. I think if anything, things will get worse than better in the near future, because sadly, the immigration phenomenon is not going to stop, and unless Mexico doesn't stop completely that passage of people on the southern border of Mexico is not going to stop, and Mexico is doing its part. I already told you that Mexico is deporting us on a daily basis at least 600 immigrants to their countries of origin. But I think we should be thankful, Jim, that we're not talking about the Mediterranean, where people from Africa and other countries, they just cross and they're flooding the coast of Italy and France as by the hundreds. In this case, Mexico is acting as a dam, stopping the flood of thousands. I mean, we know that thousands of already are crossing the country into the country. But can you imagine if we'll be receiving people from the sea side of the state? So Mexico I think, is getting the worst of this, not the U.S. Mexico is getting the worst of this issue right now.
And of course, we talk a lot about the Central Americans, but we have a real United Nations. We have Somalis, we have Haitians, we have South Asians. Much of the world is camped on our doorstep. How's Mexico dealing with that cultural shock in some of those communities?
That's going to be, we need to follow that, because Mexico is not used to getting this kind of a multicultural country. The U.S. Here, when I came to the States, it was a shock for me because of the same thing. It is a multicultural society. Mexico is not used to that. So for people in the border communities, all of a sudden, seeing people from Africa, people from Jordania, people from all kinds of other countries, it's shocking. It's a shocking experience for Mexicans. It's going to be interesting to see, what develops, in the future for this interaction of Mexicans with people from other parts of the world.
Wow. Antonio Guillen, reporter, Channel 41, JJ Velasquez from the Rivard Report. Thank you for joining us. For the conversation continues.